Jamaica, October 29, 2025.
Look over here.
Heavy floodwaters swept across southwestern Jamaica. Winds tore roofs off buildings and boulders tumbled onto roads Tuesday as Hurricane Melissa came ashore as a catastrophic Category 5 storm, one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes on record. Landslides, fallen trees, and numerous power outages were reported as Melissa hit with 185 miles per hour, 295 kilometers per hour, winds near New Hope, with officials cautioning that the cleanup and damage assessment could be slow.
In front of my gate, that. Jesus have mercy, God. Look on the road. I rode that now.
There is no infrastructure in the region that can withstand a Category 5, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said. The question now is the speed of recovery. That's the challenge. Floodwaters trapped at least 3 families in their homes in the community of Black River in western Jamaica, and crews were unable to help them because of dangerous conditions, said Desmond McKenzie, deputy chairman of Jamaica's Disaster Risk Management Council. Roofs were flying off, he said. We are hoping and praying that the situation will ease so that some attempt can be made to get to those persons. He noted that extensive damage was reported in the southwestern parish of St. Elizabeth, which he said is underwater.
Look at people. I told you it's going, people. The whole community is going to go, people. Look at it.
This is where's your camera? In my room. We're walking in water right now.
Look at what this is zinc along.
Jamaica's Meteorological Service warned that as Melissa moves off the coast, its counterclockwise rotation would bring a heavy storm surge to northern Jamaica through the night. The storm is headed toward Cuba, where it was expected to make landfall as a major hurricane early Wednesday. Nearly 15,000 people were in shelters in Jamaica, and some 540,000 customers, or 77%, were without power, officials said. Jamaican officials had warned against going outside during Hurricane Melissa, but curiosity got the better of a few Jamaican teens who had never experienced the wrath of a Category 5 system.
Jesus have mercy, God. Look on the road. I rode that now. I rode that.
Colin Bogle, a Mercy Corps advisor, said most families were sheltering in place despite the government ordering evacuations in flood-prone communities. He was sheltering with his grandmother in Portmore, where everything went dark after a loud explosion. The noise is relentless, he said. People are anxious and just trying to hold on until the storm passes. On Tuesday night, Melissa had top sustained winds of 125 miles per hour, 205 kilometers per hour, and was moving north-northeast at 8 miles per hour, 13 kilometers per hour, as its center moved into the Caribbean Sea, according to the U.S. National Hurricane Center in Miami. The hurricane was centered about 50 miles, 80 kilometers, east-northeast of Montego Bay, Jamaica, and about 160 miles, 260 kilometers, southwest of Guantanamo, Cuba.
You're not seeing fire,
You reach up to the left?
This is outside. I'm looking outside in my house, looking outside. And there are no rivers, anything like that near to me.
It's 185 miles per hour, 295 kilometers per hour, winds and 892 millibars of central pressure tied two records for the strongest Atlantic storm at landfall. The pressure, the key measurement meteorologists use, tied 1935's Labor Day hurricane in Florida. The wind speed tied the 1935 hurricane and 2019's Hurricane Dorian, said hurricane scientists Phil Klotzbach of Colorado State University and Brian McNulty of the University of Miami. In Kingston, officials warned residents of the surrounding area to watch out for crocodiles that might be displaced from their habitats by flooding.
That is the road. Have mercy, God, you will have.
This is outside. I'm looking outside in my house, looking outside. And there are no rivers.
Run around the two houses. This is how it's here. I can't stay out here too long and just try to give you people a sketch of what's going on. But I am good.
McKinsey said the government was prepared for rescues immediately after the storm passes through. We have boats, helicopters, you name it. Tuesday evening, officials huddled in meetings to determine how best to clear the debris after the storm and launch the distribution of emergency relief supplies to avoid bottlenecks at Jamaica's ports, said Richard Thompson, acting general director for Jamaica's Emergency Management Office. Officials have said they hope to reopen the island's airports by Thursday. UN agencies and dozens of non-profits had food, medicine, and other essential supplies positioned as they awaited a distribution rush after the storm.
Yeah, the rescue work. People get trapped in a house.
Melissa was expected to make landfall in eastern Cuba early Wednesday. Up to 20 inches, 51 centimeters, of rain was forecast in areas, along with a significant storm surge along the coast. In a televised address to the nation Tuesday, Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel urged the population to not underestimate the power of the storm, the strongest ever to hit national territory. People in Santiago de Cuba, the island's second-largest city with more than 1 million inhabitants, spent Tuesday frantically preparing. Few people were on the streets, while state television showed Cubans in rural areas rounding up animals and protecting crops.